Hey, greetings, everyone. Lieutenant Colonel Alan West, Senior Fellow at the Media Research Center. First and foremost, I want to wish each and every one of you a very, very happy Thanksgiving. You know, one of the things in the United States of America, we can look around and think that we've got this going bad or that going bad. You know, the folks down in Florida can't count votes really well, but that's okay. We still live in the greatest nation that the world has ever known, and that's something we can be very thankful for on this coming Thanksgiving Day. And also, you get to enjoy a lot of great college football, rivalry week. I'm not going to talk about college football right now because Tennessee just kind of broke my heart this past weekend. But that's okay. We're here to talk about something else. We're talking, you know, if we want to talk about fundamentally transforming Tennessee college football, well, let's talk about someone that once said he was going to fundamentally transform the United States of America. Yes, that's right. It was Barack Obama, then senator, running for presidency of the United States of America back in 2008 in Columbia, Missouri, that said,
"We are 5 days away from fundamentally transforming the United States of America."
And a lot of people did not pay attention to that. As a matter of fact, no one said, you know, hey, coach, stop. I mean, what are we transforming to? Or even more important, what are we transforming from? I mean, we are the longest running constitutional republic that the world has ever known. So is there something wrong with that? So we sat back and we allowed this to happen. And over the next 8 years, we saw slowly but surely the integration of progressive socialist ideological thought and policies into the mainstream of the United States of America. And now we see people that are openly running as progressives and socialists and saying that, you know, that mess that's happening down in Venezuela was just swell. We can have it right here in the United States. That's not something we should give thanks for. See, one of the things that just happened recently here in the great state of Texas on Election Day was an openly socialist progressive by the name of Robert Francis O'Rourke, a representative from El Paso. They gave him a really nice sounding Hispanic nickname, but his real nickname should be Bob. But anyhow, he came very close, winning a statewide election here in the Lone Star State, a state which prides itself on its conservative principles and values, a state that prides itself on its fight and struggle for liberty and freedom, going all the way back to the incredible defenders at the Alamo, a place where the university that I attended, we kind of earned our nickname as the Tennessee Volunteers. But how interesting it is that here in Texas, just back in September, you had to have an emergency hearing of the Texas State Board of Education because someone came up with an incredible idea to remove the reference of heroic to characterize the defenders of the Alamo in Texas history books. So how is it that that is happening in Texas? Well, it's because there is a fundamental transformation that is happening in the United States of America. And let me read you a quote that was put out not too many days ago. It was on November the 14th at 6:07 a.m. from Pam Keith, who was a Democratic congressional candidate in Florida's 18th district. I kind of know that district a little bit because 6 years ago, that's where I lost my congressional reelection. But Ms. Keith wrote this in her Twitter post. Hey, blue state Democrats, have you considered moving to a red state? A migration of only 50,000 people would turn some red states blue for the Senate and Electoral College. Think about it. Wide open spaces, low cost of living, an outsized say in our politics. Indeed, 75,000 would flip Florida. That's how you have a fundamental transformation of the United States of America. When you have people that are living in, let's be very honest, failed blue states that get this message and pick up and move to successful, economically vibrant growth and opportunity red states. Why do you think you have the growth and opportunity in these red states? It's because of the policies. But yet how insidious it is that we have Democrats that are saying, just pick up and move and go to these red states and flip them over to blue states, even though what we believe in is a failed ideology. See, I wrote a book called Hold Texas, Hold the Nation, Victory or Death, because it talks about all of these businesses and corporations that are leaving California. The people that are coming here to Texas from Illinois, New York, and New Jersey. Why? Because the policies of the states in which they live are not policies that promote their prosperity, their success, their economic viability. It's interesting that Ms. Keith would say, come to a red state where you have a low cost of living. Why? Because the blue states have a higher cost of living because of the insidious taxes that they put on their people. Look at California. The highest state personal income tax in the United States of America is in California. But yet they're coming to Texas, a place that has no personal income tax. And as she says in her tweet, an outsized say in our politics. So does that mean that it won't be long before Texas has a personal income tax and a corporate tax? As a matter of fact, Andrew Gillum, the avowed progressive that was backed by George Soros and Bernie Sanders running for governor in Florida, well, he was going to increase the corporate business tax rate in Florida so that, we can have more money to provide that Medicaid for everybody. How many people do you think would stay in Florida if that were to happen? If you're here because you want to fulfill Miss Pam Keith's charge of moving here to flip a state, to make it a failed state, to me, that's not only insane, it's absurd, it's delusional. But that is how you fundamentally transform the United States of America. Nevada used to be a red state. Now look at it. Arizona just elected Kyrsten Sinema. And New Mexico? How about Colorado? Used to be a red state. Now it's a blue state. And what dominates Colorado is the politics of Denver and Boulder. You look on the other side of the Mississippi River in Virginia. What dominates the politics in Virginia now? Northern Virginia. All those people that are tied to, well, let's put it very clear, government jobs. It doesn't matter all the rest of the parts of Virginia. North Carolina, Georgia, Tennessee, all facing the same thing. See, I call this the Locust Effect. When people move into a certain area that is fertile and they chew it up and destroy it, then they pick up and move to another fertile area with the same intent, to destroy it. That's what progressive socialist policies do at the state level. It's very clear where we see the economic success of the United States of America. It's very clear where we have all the blessings and liberties that allow people to start a business. Oh, by the way, wasn't it President Obama who once said,
if you got a business, that you didn't build that. Somebody else made that happen.
I don't think we want that philosophy in the Lone Star State of Texas. I don't think we need that philosophy anywhere in the United States of America. The fundamental transformation of the United States of America is coming exactly how Pam Keith articulated in her tweet. People fleeing from failing blue states, moving into successful, economically vibrant, growing red states, and using their same failed philosophy to flip them and destroy them, only for political gain and electoral advantage. If we're going to truly continue to have happy Thanksgiving in the United States of America, let's get back to our fundamentals and let's end this transformation of the greatest nation that the world has ever known.